Good afternoon. It's July the 11th, 2016. Time to wrap up our trading. We came in this morning, and we've been that way all day long, wanting to be buyers. We started off with a 23.25 buy before the market opened, and we raised that to 27.50 on a mean green trade, and you were able to get in right there on the first buy. It was okay to sell failure to take out the 21.34 area. We really weren't very interested at all in the short side of the market, but this was a pattern that could have worked. That was a pattern that could have worked. And then basically we were looking to buy the 27.28 level, and we had it here, and then off to the races to new contract highs right here. And if we close this over 21.35, and that's my guess that we will, the contract will close with new contract highs. Everybody will be happy. For the last 3 hours, I've been saying as long as we stay above this 32.50 area right here, this market can trade higher. We never challenged 32.50. And there's good information here for us as traders. If we know that 32.50 is support right here, that was resistance, it's now support. And the trading community won't even go for stops beneath that. That gives you a feeling that the market is still strong and pointed higher. This is a huge number down below, 11,066 for the 50 lot traders. So the large institutions are not backing away from their positions at all. So anyway, our assessment was good. Software did its job. It was a slow grind up for sure, but the idea was going to close for new contract highs, and I think we're on that way right now. Looking at the F1 screen, higher low, higher high, find a place to buy it. Looking at the F2 screen, we're going to see a P. That hasn't changed, and we're going to see a move out of the middle. So we're in the same situation we are when the contracts are making new highs. If we fail to take out this 36 to wherever the London overnight session high is, 40, we can sell failure to take that out. Then I think the next trade's really going to be against 50. So the next trade would be selling 45s to 50s. No news to speak of tomorrow. Overnight, we'll want to see follow-through buying in the overseas markets. I think we'll get it. So we got a pretty clear buy right here in the 33.30 area for buy 1 for Globex. And then buy 2 will be 27.50 to 25. And the reason we're buying it is the Fed's buying it, and they want the market to go higher. Okay, Treasuries got hit hard. It is an auction week. We do see 2 and 3 year selling now, and it about every other auction. Sometimes they're long, sometimes it's short. So we really can't count on the 2 to 3 year buying phenomenon. And they use that to set up the end of the week. The inverse relationship with the market will play to a little bit, but I mean everybody expects the Fed to hold on interest rates. So what's good news for the stock market is also good news for the bond and note market. So it's an inside day that says trading range. I'd like to buy weakness in the overnight market. The idea that the bottom can't fall out of the market on the assumption that the E-mini does not explode to the upside. They can't move the paper in a down market. So we have rejected prices now below 33.05, but we are pointed lower. So 29s to 01s buy 1, 21s to 25s buy 2, and we'll put a question mark at 5. On the sell side, 8 to 12 is resistance. It's holding. So 8 to 12 sell 1. 15 to 19 sell 2. I do think the first trade, especially in Globex, will be to a short to the downside. I'm guessing that we're probably going to find a low in Globex overnight. This is part 2 of the July 11th PM market commentary. I'm sorry for the slip up, but here we are, find ourselves. This is the 30-year. We've already covered the E-mini and the note, so we'll pick it up here with the 30-year. Okay, we've got resistance basically at 28 to the buck. I think we might find buyers overnight, but I think the first trade is a sell, so our number one area will be 28 to the buck. First sell will be 3 to 7, followed by 15 to 19. On the buy side, we've got support for sure at 20, so 16 to 20. So buying 9s to 13s for buy 1, and then 1 to 5 for buy 2. Kind of like last month, like the 2, 5, and 7 auctions. The first one was weak. It strengthened up and rallied into the 5 and the 7 years. So I think we're going to play that the same. These guys, you can't play it the same way every time. It's too easy to make money. It's too easy to get played. These guys know what they're doing, and they change the game. It's kind of like what we're facing on crude now. We could buy it or sell it on the close of the 24 bar, the 1424 bar, even the 1427 and get paid. Now, sometimes it's the 12 bar, or the 15 bar, the 18 bar. They don't give you this money. You've got to take it from them. And you have to know what you do to be successful doing that. It's the toughest game in the world. The best minds in the world are at this. What's the most powerful thing in the world? Most people, money or access to money, and that's the way the game's played. Gold, higher low, higher high, we can buy it, but we did close weak, so we're going to have a split market. We're going to definitely look at a B, I believe. Actually, it's a P put in backwards, so right now we've got resistance at 57 and basically at 60, so we can sell 59s to 61s. Really like the long side better, trying to buy against 1350 than 64, 66. Pretty much where we were today. Going to lower our buy to 49 to 51. Then 46, 44 for buy 2. Crude got whacked, and I think a lot of people are starting to look at the underlying economic numbers. Of course, we have Brexit is supposed to be catastrophic for both Europe and Britain. It might be short term, but I think Britain did what nobody expected them to do, including myself, but they did the right thing to give them more flexibility with their economic future than they had with the EU. Lower high, lower low on F1 for crude. Pretty square distribution, but volume moved lower than it has been the last couple of days. So we'll have to say that it is looking, or at least trying to trade lower. So sell 1, 44.75, 45. Sell 2, 45 and a quarter, 45.50. On the buy side, 44, 44 and a quarter buy 1, 43.50, 43 and a quarter buy 2. Right now, stops below 40, I think, is the longer term trade. And the euro. I do think the euro is pointed lower also, but didn't make much of a move today, especially in light of what the yen did overnight. The yen just got clobbered, so it's an inside day, not much of a trading range. We like to sell at 111. We'll still like that. 111, 111.25 will be the sell. think we're headed below 110 before this move is over. Selling 111, sell 1, like where we were today. Sell 225. The best selling's at 1150, and right now 1050 has been the buy. So we have a 1 point range. Things are actually pretty quiet. So our first buy is 1050, and our second buy will be 1025. And that's it for this July 11th, 2016. I'll see you bright and early in the morning. You all have a great evening. Another hot one here in Wichita, but it is July. We should not expect any differently. Fortunately, the humidity is starting to drop, so we're looking at less than 50% with temperatures in the 90s when it's 7:30 or 8, which is helpful. Makes it a little more bearable. Y'all have a great evening. I'll see you bright and early in the morning.